What's a great video game that is 100% stress free? Minecraft on peaceful mode. I have found this to be the most relaxing thing ever. I love to go cave spelunking. English is not my native language, so the first time I read the word spelunking, which, I guess it's an uncommon word, was when I was reading about this guy John Jones that died stuck in a cave. Now I can't stop associating them. I've always found the Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons franchise soothing. Animal Crossing. Just don't forget to save. For the love of God, remember to save. Instead of self-harm, I close my AC game without saving and let Mr. Rossetti tear me a new one. City Skylines. Awesome city games. I nurse my hangovers with a city build and a good podcast, unless you start getting the not enough goods to sell in City Skylines. Flower. If you like Flower, I recommend Journey, by the same company. It's breathtaking. Also the most zen game I've ever played. Slime Rancher. It's all fun and games until a Largo finds a plort. Oh my god, I love Slime Rancher. I filled the dark cavern. Is it grotto? With tabby phosphor Largos and just kept cuberry trees in there, and I never ran out of money or plorts. I don't know what any of those words mean, and it kind of makes me want to play the game. A plort is a piece of slime fesses. A Largo is a slime that's eaten another kind of slime's fesses and grown large because of it. If it eats a third kind of fesses, it will turn into a bad slime. You said the word fesses too many times. Now I don't want to play it. Stardew Valley. Edit. I cannot type. Except when it's 10 PM and you still haven't watered your crops or fed the chickens because you were fishing all day. Big stress right there. I get this. Believe me, I chose fishing profession because it's hella money when you unlock craftable green totems. This gets less stressful, or you could save up 2 million GP and buy the return scepter. See, now you made it stressful. I don't know these words. Euro Truck Simulator 2 in VR. I don't see how this is stress free at all. I actually fell asleep while playing this and crashed my truck into a construction site. That's some realistic shit. Not MP though. On the European server, I find getting yelled at in Polish to be relaxing. Islanders. It's a $5 Steam game that involves placing buildings in a strategic way to maximize potential points. As you complete an island, you gain points to move on to the next bigger and more challenging island. It has an art style that's very easy on the eyes and is overall incredibly relaxing. The music is just incredibly soothing. There's no time pressure. You can just kind of zone out and plop a building down here and there. Failing to unlock the next island isn't a biggie. You can just start over and have fun with the next try. And sometimes you get 100+ points from a building and just smile while you're getting more ings than Sonic in your little point box. It's an aquarium. Depends on your definition of 100% stress free, I guess. When all my star boys start turning green, I freak out. This brought back a memory I didn't know I had. Kirby's Epic Yarn. You simply can't lose in that game, and the BG music is super sweet and calming. 10 out of 10 would play again. Less stressful if you try to get 100% in co-op with someone whose only goal seems to be clear the levels ASAP. A lot of stop rushing. We need to go this way to collect the sparklies ensues. This is Golden Mr. Skeletal. It appears only once every 20,000 years. Like the video and subscribe to comment awards in 20 seconds or you will never have calcium and good bones again. Now back to scheduled programming. Katamari Damacy. If you don't mind being told you could have done better, at least until you get good, then the game is dazzled by how big and fast you rolled. Minecraft. Skyblock. You just do your thing, as long as your shift key is always pressed. I still remember fondly my first heart attack from having a skeleton shooting me while expanding my island. Finally played through Mist. As a child, it was a bit stressful because the island seemed creepy and I thought something would jump out and kill me. As an adult, it's a bit less creepy and I spent hours trying to solve the puzzles. Lego Star Wars. The pod race stage is pretty stressful though. I would say Peggle TBH. Cat Mario stress for free. Grow Home. Cheap game with at least 10+ hours of gameplay that is stress free and honestly fun as hell. I picked it up off a sale and was impressed at how much there is to do without forcing you into doing it in any way. Bejeweled Zen mode. Me. It's a free roam adventure game. No time limits, no enemies, just wonderful art and a relaxed atmosphere. Yoshi's Woolly World. This is the right answer. You pretty much can't lose. Not just that, just listening to the soundtrack alone will relax you. Not to mention everything is too darn cute. Stanley Parable, until you decide you want to appreciate true art. Factorio, with biters turned off, you can space out for hours at a time and you'll just come back with a bunch of shit taken care of. About the only thing you can screw up is driving your tank into a power pole or unequipping your power armor while you're holding a full inventory of circuits in the middle of a production cell. Magikarp Jump, surprisingly good for a mobile game, but also rather calming. There's this cat game on Steam, it was super cool, you just run around as a cat and do cat things. Cat lateral damage. Can you be more specific? Guild Wars 2, unless you play PvP or WVW, that's just a big toxic mess, but PvE is just great. The game has a really nice community that will always help you and brighten up your day. It's great with friends too. Tropico 5. Once you learn how to make money efficiently, it's a cakewalk. Every game on the normal sandbox settings. Just making a sweet little town and doing everything you can to make your people happy. What remains of Edith Finch? None of them. I find them all stressful. Astroneer is nice. It looks good, has nice music, and no enemies at all. Air Memories Evolved. The developers have recently gone out of business, but that's the only stress related to the game. It's a zero consequence exploration game, like a walking sim, except with bird-like flying/gliding. The environment is beautiful and just a joy to discover. There's a story to uncover and little nuggets of plot dotted all over the map. There are puzzle dungeons, so if you're afraid of platform games, it might cause you some frustration, but otherwise, it's just smooth chill fun. I played through it with my daughter. She was 6 at the time and she adored the flying aspect, although I feel like I failed as a parent. She doesn't invert the flight controls. A Story About My Uncle is pretty chill. It has you use a suit that enables you to grapple onto the environment and cross its world without threat of any enemies or whatever else. There's no time limit whatsoever if you don't decide to take on the time trials. Feels satisfying after swing through the air and feel a slight rush of free fall while swinging around. Check out BitLife for Android and iOS. You run through an entire person's life, making decisions for them like meditate, go to the club, or steal a car. It's pretty simple, but pretty addicting. I paid $2 to unlock the full game, which was worth it, especially as the creators keep adding new content. It gets pretty boring after a couple lives though. Is this just the game Roy from Rick and Morty brought to the real world? It's like a text-based royal light. We'll get there eventually. Warframe. Sekiro Koth. Found the Master Ninja. I find XCOM 2/Civ 6 pretty relaxing. Turn-based single player, so I can take as much or as little time as I wanted to do anything. There is no way XCOM 2 and its fucking bullshit RNG is stress-free. Okay, so it's like 75% stress-free. Railroad Tycoon. Until your company gets bought out from under you. Why weren't you buying stock in your own company and using company funds to buy back stock? Little Inferno. All you do is buying stuff and burning it. Can be very relaxing. Jera's game from Rick and Morty. Download it if you like popping balloons. False. I get mad when I miss one. Zeus. Old PC city building game themed around ancient Greece. I mean, it can be super stressful if you choose, but the map editor included in the updated version, Poseidon, is like a big rock garden where you can just endlessly doodle around creating landscapes without even building an actual city. Plus the music is super relaxing, the visuals are generally attractive, and there are no interruptions if you don't want them. So you can build a cute little city and then leave it running unattended like the world's most interactive screensaver. IDK about stress-free, but just playing Skyrim always helps me relax. It's a great game. Not gonna lie, I've spent many an hour super drunk playing Red Dead Redemption 2 just riding horses during a storm on the edge of a cliff. That shit is relaxing as fuck. Can't think of any game that is more relaxing than Loco Roco. You are a happy blob of jelly and all you have to do is bounce around in green fields. Just listen to this infectiously upbeat song from one of the mini games. Animal Crossing. Want a bigger house? Here's a loan with no interest that you can take your time paying off with a tons of ways to make money fast. I wish I could make money like that IRL. Cookie Clicker. Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. I can put one of those games on the very easy difficulty and just sit back for hours listening to a podcast or something as I make super mutants explode with a click of a button. It's very cathartic and requires little to no effort. Obviously Terraria, calm environment, no world corruption you need to constantly worry about, and bosses aren't included. Doom, it's so soothing to pull out a fucking chainsaw and make a fatty into 2 fatties. 1 fatty, 2 fatty, red fatty, dead fatty. Portal 1 and 2. There are a few instances where you have to act quickly in the face of danger, but the vast majority of each consists of puzzles with unlimited time. Even the boss fights give you plenty of time and are nearly impossible to lose. Throw in some of the funniest writing of the past 2 decades and a really neat gun and you have a wonderful way to spend an afternoon. They're both perfectly short too, and Portal 2 has a near infinite number of community-made levels on the Valve Community Workshop, alongside tools for you to make your own levels, so you can essentially play it forever. The Cayman Crystal. Now I'm probably biased because it was literally my first video game and the only one I had to play for like 5 years, so it holds a special place in my heart. TBH, it's so calm and relaxed. There's no serious conflict. The worst thing that happens is a radio station gets hijacked. That's it, yo. Oh, the music score is hella good if you're into 8-bit tunes. The Last of Us is nice and relaxing. You have been visited by Money Pigeon. Like the video and subscribe within 5.6 seconds and you will get rich. PG! On top, food chain, won't stop, new game, hot box that blue haze, 1 lock, 2 chains, no bras, 2 babes, mic drop, new stage, lights in my rear view, 5 cops, food race, faster than a Tesla, they say I'm exhausted.